Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show. Coming up, we have a visit from Larry Baldwin at Texas Truck Works. We need more. Jeff has a special report today on his vehicle of the week. Conrad has the racing calendar, and the car clinic will also have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. All just ahead on the In Wheel Time car show this Halloween Eve. Ooh. We're trying to celebrate here, as you can tell, thanks to Jeff Dziekan for her on-set decoration and breakfast this morning.
Breakfast was awesome.
This segment of In Wheel Time, sponsored by Garages of Texas, luxury garage suites. Put a roof over your ride. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Hope that your Halloween weekend is going to be a safe one, and that you get out and enjoy it with friends, or whether you stay at home this evening, which I'm going to do. It's
with the lights out, or are you going to stay
tomorrow?
At home?
Is it tomorrow or tonight?
It's tonight and tomorrow. You know, there's a lot of parties tonight.
I was thinking the kids, the door-to-door stuff.
That's tomorrow night.
Okay, that's right.
But there's also a baseball game going on.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the Astros lost last night.
Did they?
Yes. So now,
I'm not a big baseball fan.
So now they have to.
You know, the best thing to do is not say anything.
Yeah.
And not admit that.
Well, you just were fussing about him because he hasn't said anything all show. now he says something. You're jumping
But what does he
on
say?
Shut up, Mike.
Did they?
Just shut up.
Keep your opinion to yourself.
Mars, you can't
Darn
win
it.
for losing.
That's it.
Gee whiz.
Or lose for winning.
That's all right. I'm practicing.
go
It's getting me
Astros.
schemed up. I got to go see my wife this afternoon, so this kind of gets me in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, that's right. It's all your fault.
Exactly.
Again.
Oh.
All right. Time now to head north. We're going to go up to Texas Truck Works and Mr. Larry Baldwin. Larry, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Doing good on this bright and pretty morning.
Well, yeah. We see a wheel, an engine, and a chassis
Oh my gosh!
pointing into the sun, and we're thinking, okay, is this a still photograph? Now it's moving, so apparently it's not. So what in the world have you put up there in the showroom?
That's a Porsche chassis.
That is a Jeep JL frame that we've done a little bit of work on.
Oh, wow.
A little bit.
Nice.
Dana 60s, LS motor, King coilovers, ADD front bumper, Warren winch, rigid lights, waiting on somebody to come by and buy it, and we'll just put their JL body right on top of it, and it's ready to roll.
Oh,
And
wow.
so what do? You just trade the frame out with them?
Trade the frame out.
Wow.
Nice. So is this a 4-door Jeep?
4-door Jeep JL, so the new 18 and newer.
Yeah. Well,
40-inch.
yeah. Those are
V-locks.
Yeah, those are rock crawlers there that you got on there.
Yep.
And you guys do. So let me ask you this: why did you put a LS motor in it as opposed to a HEMI?
Hemi.
The people that want true performance seem to like the LS a little better because there's more power adder options.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, why do you need more power? I mean, you can only put as much power as the wheels and tires will put down on the ground.
Transmission, really.
You know better than that. Can you ever have too much power?
Right. Yeah, that's why Don's driving a Corvette and not the Corvair anymore.
Oh.
Correct.
Yeah, but his starts.
So Larry, will a Gladiator fit on here?
No, it's going to be a little short for the Gladiator.
Little short,
Gladiator
okay.
frame's about 2 feet longer.
Oh,
now,
really?
we can do
Oh, wow.
this exact thing on a Gladiator. It's just we pre-built this one. And, again, but everything that's on here, we could put on a Gladiator.
Oh, okay.
So when somebody
setup.
from the show shows up at your store today to do this, is this kind of a plug and play? You just unplug their body from their current chassis and plug everything into this one, or is it a little bit more
Exactly.
expensive? Oh, it is plug and play.
No diagnostic fee.
Wow.
Yes. Now,
Pretty
you're
cool.
asking about Hemis?
yeah.
Everybody wants the
that
Hemi.
thing's got a Hemi in it. Look at that.
I can't see what the sun's doing to you. It looks like pretty bad, but
Yeah, go around to the
We're-
other
we're
side
okay.
of the car. There you
Yeah.
go.
So there we go. Now we got the Hemi in there.
And so this is the factory 392.
That's yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if you haven't looked under the hood on this, the direct ram, the water separation, the water goes out these little flappy things. That's the technical term for them.
Yeah, flappy things.
But I'll tell you what, Jeep has done good.
Yeah, they've when they saw how many people were doing the HEMI upgrades, I think it was very wise of them to go ahead and put a HEMI in from production.
I'm fully with you. But if you've already got one, then we can add.
You can add a HEMI.
Oh, boy. I
This
like that.
factory 3.6 with Magnuson
Okay.
So
on the Gladiator.
So getting back to the chassis, the plug-and-play chassis, what would something like that cost Conrad to do? I mean, if he had...
Well,
if
it's
he had
going
the
to depend on lots of factors, but you're in the 60,000 for this.
Okay. All right.
Which really isn't bad considering the amount of R&D work you've done to produce that. And then it just kind of sits there ready to plug and play your body on top of it.
Right.
Turnkey.
Framework
Right.
and everything.
That looks nice.
And in the meantime, it makes a very good display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a conversation starter for sure.
Absolutely. What else you got in
and
the
like I
shop?
said, we've taken it to a couple of shows with us, and the amount of attention this gets just dwarfs any finished Jeep.
Well, you can see so much underneath that you can't see anywhere else.
Correct.
Now, is this a prototype, or how many of you already rolled out the door like this?
We've rolled several out the door. This was the prototype for the JL, and going ahead and doing the coilovers, getting the full suspension travel.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the coilovers, the arms.
Wow. I like the headers, too.
But again, as far as LS is concerned, yeah, we've done tons of those. Lots. We rolled out a 6.4 HEMI yesterday in a 12 Jeep. Just absolutely perfect everyday driver.
Wow.
Well, the more of those that you do, the better you get at it. Now that you guys have been doing it for years, it's almost second nature to your crew because they understand how everything goes together, how everything hooks up, and it just makes it that much easier. Well,
Look at that long bed.
you got somebody's Ford truck sitting
That's
there
a nice
waiting to
long
go.
bed there.
Yes, this is a full frame off, going back together now.
What's the motor in there?
Looks like an LS.
Coyote.
That's what I was
Coyote.
thinking. It was the 5-liter.
Again, you can see it's stripped down to nothing right now.
Wow.
Oh, that's what Don was just a few minutes ago, but he went ahead and now he's ready to get back on the air. He got his coffee.
Okay, now you want some old Jeep fans?
Yeah. So your shop is full today.
His shop is full every day.
It's actually empty for us.
Oh, boy.
1970 Jeepster.
And what are you doing to it?
New brakes, new steering, making it drivable again.
Just general upgrades and
Yeah.
and maintenance work on it. Neat.
With the post in the way, it's hard to get a good picture of it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, and again, Jeepster was kind of a unique little toy that Jeep made for a few years. And
Yeah, it wasn't around long.
Yeah, they didn't sell a lot of them, did they?
No. If I looked up the numbers the other day, and their best year was like 10,000 of them.
Oh.
So here's one of our customers' toys.
That's nice.
Yeah, and it's a still stock motor, but that's about all that's left stock.
Very cool.
Old CJ, we're putting a Holly Sniper EFI system in it.
boy, doesn't that make that a smooth runner? The Sniper has kind of changed a lot of the classic car world because it's such an easy install of fuel injection in place of wherever your old carburetors were, and they're generally very easy to tune as well.
Yeah, this one's giving us those few fits because the gas tank was so beat up and out. But so That's the only add-on other than that is running good.
Don't you
Now,
have?
here's one that we're building. This is a JK8, if you're familiar with those.
No, I'm not.
JK8 is a four-door JK Jeep converted into a two-door pickup.
Factory conversion?
No. We're aftermarket.
Oh, I was going to say.
Hey, chop the top. That's nice. I like the cage.
Yeah.
Well, tell me that's not
Very
competition ready.
Yeah. That's going fast right now.
Yeah.
Look at
Well,
that.
like I say, you can see in the cage, can you see the suspension is actually tying to the cage,
Yeah.
Wow.
through the floor?
Now, you made that cage, or is that a plug and play?
Yes. No, we did.
Okay.
Wow.
That's very nice.
And the thing I like, maybe it's just because I'm old, but the old school pinstriping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just we don't see enough of that anymore.
Yeah, it looks like you're wiring up lights and stuff. Is this going to be street legal?
It's going to be street legal.
Not necessarily streetable, but street legal.
We're going to try to keep it as good a everyday driver as possible.
Yeah. No, you just ruined it, Mike.
But it's being built for all off-road.
That's very cool.
Now, like this panel right here, the gray panel, that comes out. So that gives you the weather door, or you put the panel back in and you're enclosed for weather.
Rather than removing the whole door.
Right. So you keep your mirror, you keep your look. And custom fenders aren't finished yet, but you can see the air vent.
Well, that's a nice
Kind
look.
of a knockoff on what the JLs did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just to extract the heat from under hood, because all that heat under the hood makes the computer system and the fuel system change the way it works.
Yeah, it's probably got a little something to do with airflow with that setup too.
I like it.
Well, that conversion that you were talking about earlier with the Sniper carburetor on it, you had to put a fuel pump into the tank, correct?
We had to put a fuel pump in, and when we started that, we saw how much rust was in the tank. So now we're waiting on the new tank to get here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, suck all that up in there.
Yeah. Because everybody thinks that, it's plug and play. Well, it is plug and play, but you got to take the fuel tank out to put in a fuel pump in the tank.
Right.
And depending on how old your beater is as to how rusted up your fuel system is.
Yeah, and that's his whole point.
And
waiting on the tank.
that rust in the fuel system will damage the pump, much less damage the injection system as well.
Yeah, on the old CJs, you can plan on some rust being in the tanks.
So what's your favorite thing to do there in the shop?
You know what? My favorite is the person comes in with the father, the son, the wife, and a new Jeep, and we're going to help them dress their first vehicle.
Sweet.
So we help them. How big a lift do you want? And usually it's a 2.5 or 3.5 inch lift.
And why do you keep it at that?
To keep it streetable, make it good everyday driver, so they can get in and out.
So you get to a
Just
4-inch lift and
convenience.
it's too much.
No, it'll go to. Some people go to the 4, but the JL you don't need the 4. 3.5 and 35s is just about perfect on the non-Rubicons. 2.5 and 35s is great on the Rubicons.
Neat.
And why the change between the models?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Why the change between the models?
The JL, Rubicon, they made the fenders 2 inches taller.
Interesting. Okay.
Right. So you've got the appearance of 2 more inches of lift, even though it's not that much taller.
Okay.
But it's all in how the fender sits.
I never realized that.
I didn't either.
And that's true of all the Rubicons when you see the Rubicon on it?
On the JL.
Okay.
If you look at a Sport, a Sahara, you can see this little gap right here.
Uh-huh.
If you look at the Rubicon, you don't see that gap. The fenders are at this height.
I learned something new today. And it's just a visual thing because the ride height's the same, but visually it looks higher because the fender's that much higher than the tire.
Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
Which, again, back to Jeep was very smart on the JK. They gave us no visual reasons to buy the Rubicon. Everything was performance reasons. On the JL, they gave us a visual reason to buy the Rubicon.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. So you said you've got the mom and the dad and the kid coming in. Who has the
Correct.
most? Who has the most influence? The dad and the kid, or the mom's input? How does that work?
It depends on the family dynamics. again, if the son is really into it, he's already done his research. He knows what wheels he likes. He knows so much about this is what I want. And then we help guide him that way.
Based on Dad's budget.
Some families come in, they have no clue. They said, we want to make our Jeep look better, like all the others you see running up and down the road.
Right.
Do you give them a workbook and say, here, go and look at this, write down in the workbook what you want, and we'll go over it and see if we can make this all come true?
We've got forms that they can help fill out, and then we will show them. Because if you look at wheels, you'll see that the Black Rhino designer has his own styling, and a lot of those wheels will look similar. So does the Fuel designer. So does the Moto Metal designer. So once we can get them picking between those, then we can, let's go look at all the Moto Metal wheels.
You start narrowing it down.
Narrowing it down. And that's what it is. It's just a process of elimination.
Wow.
Or sometimes you'll be flipping through and they see it and they go, that's it. I love it. That's the one I want.
Yeah. Because there's so much to choose from nowadays that,
There is. But here's I'll get out of the sun again. But you see how the fender comes in at the very top of the hood line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Big difference.
Yep.
Wow. Do you charge a diagnostic fee?
Oh, you'd had to have been on the show earlier to listen to us rant about that. That's not the world he lives in. So
Depends on what we're diagnosing.
Okay.
If they come in and tell us what their problem is, then I charge double for that diagnostic.
Oh, there you go.
because they're generally not right.
Correct.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah.
Well,
Very nice.
that's
That
awesome.
looks like Conrad's trunk.
Oh gosh, it's just
Like I say, he's got this one built to play. It stays in the garage the rest of the time. So he got all his toys with him.
And now that it's hunting season, are you getting a lot of folks that want to maintain their Jeeps when they go out into the deer blinds and things?
We see a little bit of that. We see more of the side-by-sides for hunting anymore than Jeeps.
Side by side. What is that?
The UTVs.
UTVs.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, the Polaris and things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
So what are you doing to the Toyota?
Toyota, just repair.
Okay.
Lineman on the front end, changed out a few of the parts.
De-donking.
Well, I'll tell you, it takes a smart technician to figure out how to align one that's got what looks to be about a 8-inch lift on it.
Yeah.
Correct. 8-inch bullet.
And 22s or 24s.
Yep.
And because those are expensive tires to replace if the alignment's wrong.
De-donk it.
It's wrong, but again, you also have to have the correct equipment. This is the new Hunter alignment, laser alignment machine.
Right.
Hey, Larry.
This is one. Now, this is a unique one, and this is a Jeep YJ, the square headlight version,
Okay.
converted to CJ front because he didn't like that.
Yeah, real Jeeps.
Well,
have round headlights.
I was going to say, I think the YJ tends to be the red-headed orphan
Ooh.
within the
Yep.
Jeep world that a lot of Jeep people, to a degree, not shun, but shun.
Yeah,
And
they
what
should.
model is that? What model?
The YJ. It's the one with the
YJ.
square headlights.
Oh,
The
okay.
YJ had the square
Yeah, yeah,
headlights,
yeah.
but again, he converted it to the CJ front. But again, there's not a whole lot less stock on this.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like either the wheels have been pushed out to the ends, to the corners, or the body's been pulled in one.
Dana 60, so the axle's a whole lot wider than the factory, is why it gives you the wide stance, then the big offset. But again, you can see it's full custom, solid aluminum 4-link bars,
Now, does
Fox
it,
coilovers, back haft on the frame. See how it takes it down? I don't know if you can see it or not, but how it bees it in to give more room for the axle, the shock, the spring.
Okay. Cool.
yeah. So Jeep's got a theme of what they have frogs or something all over, or turtles,
Ducks.
ducks. What is it?
Not ducks.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
They
Oh,
call them Easter eggs. It's basically the grill of the Jeep.
The 7-slot grill is all around the place, and it's up to you to figure out where they are and what they're doing, because generally it's there. there's some kind of functionality to it, like with the hard tops, the removable pieces. You know, that little logo will be there, and then there's spots for all the bolts to hold in place when you take stuff off.
So it's a visual to catch your eye?
I think it's a bit of I'll say a gimmicky thing to get you to look around for it to see how much stuff is there that some engineer somewhere, some marketing guy somewhere said, oh, let's do this, and let's see if the customers can figure out what it's for.
The guy from Austria that did the interiors that started that stuff. I can't think of his name.
Hans.
The real tall guy.
Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
Yeah,
But,
it's got it on the windshield so that your purist will look at, oh, well, you don't have a factory windshield anymore.
Yeah,
it's on the factory headlights.
Tail lights.
So-
I mean, it's wheels. I mean, it's all over the place.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
So do you find there, well, this will be a tough question. Do you find there to be a bit of a Jeep snobbery about where their upgrades came from?
Yes, definitely. Jeeps are almost cultish to an extreme that they are going to be loyal to Jeep and to manufacturer A. You got to get AV. You got to get Terraflex. And because that's what they own, that is the only one anybody else can own.
Wow. Snobbery.
And the
I like
truth
it.
is, you build the Jeep for how they're driving it and who's driving it.
And do you find some people kind of overbuild the Jeep for how they're going to drive it? You know, they put all this off-road ability into it, but they might not go as off-road as they thought they were going to originally, right?
See that, and we see the other extreme. The person that puts 2-inch pucks on it, and then they go out and they go to Moab, and they think they can keep up with the crawlers.
Oh, well,
I like that 2-inch puck. That's a body lift. I like that.
Yeah, now the one thing, I'm not a fan of the puck systems in the Jeep. If you're going to do a lift, do a spring, do a shock, designed to work together.
yeah, because a body lift doesn't really help anything, and visually, a true Jeep person realizes, hey, you didn't even do it right.
Yes.
There's a lot of off-road shops in Houston. Do you find folks coming in to you to fix problems they've had with other shops?
It's a weekly occurrence.
Yeah.
Wow.
That right now, with times being as good as they've been for as long as they've been, there's a whole lot of hobbyists that think I can open a shop because I can repair mine in my house. I can run a shop and I can do what they're doing. And when the economy turns bad, which we hope isn't for a long, long time, most of them will go away.
Yeah.
Over the 40 years we've been doing this, they come and go every cycle.
And to a degree that hobbyists can do to a level, but some of them go way beyond that level, and that's what introduces issues with the vehicle when it's driven.
Correct.
How many vehicles can you put in your shop? You've got quite an expansive area.
We've got 6 double doors, so each door is 2 bays.
Yeah.
So we've got 12 bays.
Wow.
Plus a showroom.
Plus the showroom.
Plus a
Plus
huge
storage
parking
upstairs,
lot.
storage behind us.
And you're located on 2978 south of 1488.
Correct. We're actually at the back of the Woodlands. We've got a Magnolia address, but we're closer to the Woodlands than Magnolia.
And you used to be out in the country a little bit.
When I was a kid, this was definitely country. It's not country anymore.
No. It's going quick.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to talk to you, and we sure appreciate you taking the time
Very
to show us
cool.
around the shop, Larry. And we got to send our folks up there to Texas Truck Works and check you out.
Well, thank y'all very much. It's good talking to y'all again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Appreciate it.
I cut him off there. Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I need to take a quick little break here to get a commercial in, and then when we come back, we are going to do our surprise car of the week. So we invite you to stay with us because we've got more right after this.
Garages of Texas offers first-class luxury garage suites to keep your collection in a safe, secure location with 24-hour access. You'll love your own private space that's developed with other like-minded enthusiasts in 2 Houston area locations, in Katy and the Woodlands. Visit garagesoftexas.com to see how other enthusiasts have designed their motor vehicle man cave. But you need to act fast. These properties are almost sold out. Visit garagesoftexas.com for full details.
It's the In-Wheel Time Car Show Halloween edition. Thanks for joining us today. And time now for our surprise car. And I've got JD.
Oh.
That would be... Did you drop the set out of your room?
No, I dropped my clipboard.
Oh, okay. So
Coach dropped his clipboard.
Jeffrey Dziekan has the surprise car today.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk death because it is Halloween.
Death. Right.
And this is from the Talk Death site. There's actually a blogger with Talk Death. So in the past, there's been a variety of...
Go back.
Yeah, go back. You know...
Wait, go back. There's Jeff right there.
Yeah, that's me up there. Yeah. That's my new gig. So why do we call it a hearse? A hearse is a vehicle that's used to carry a coffin.
It's not a hearse. It's a hearse.
Hearse. There's no t on the end. The name is derived through a French word of hearse from the Latin word herpex, or simple herpex. I think we got shots for that, which means harrow. Which means harrow.
Close to herpes is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Which is a farming tool similar to a rake or a plow. So how did we go from harrow to hearse? Around the time the coffins were topped with spiked metal framework to hold candles. And it's commonly believed that because of these spikes resembled the harrow, the word grew to refer to a vehicle that transports the dead. In the death care industry, it is more commonly called a funeral coach, a title that's a bit more formal and a little less spooky and a little less macabre. And what we've got here and all the visuals that Conrad has is just a different variety of front, back, side of different hearses.
There's Grandpa.
Yep.
Dragula.
Driving the Dead, a history of the hearse. The first hearse was in 1468, also called a church truck. It was also around the time the term hearse became more widely used. The horse-drawn carriages built frames and prevent the coffin from slipping. The they would often have glass in the sides and so on. Motorized innovations in the 20th century. The motorized hearses include the United States in the early 1900s. On May 1st, 1908, General Vehicle Company of New York built its first electric hearse, Don. Electric.
Yeah. You don't need any range anxiety.
No,
You're only going one
done.
way.
You got that right.
In the ground, 6 feet.
The following year, Crane and Breed introduced the first motorized mass-produced funeral coach and dubbed it Auto Hearse. These hearse were inspired by their horse-drawn counterparts. We're almost done here, and that's great.
We're all almost done.
I know. I've arranged a ride for each one of you later on in life for this. The 4-cylinder engine generating 30 horsepower, 3-speed transmission, rear-wheel drive, chain-driven, and a whopping 30 miles per hour back in the beginning, the first motorized ones. There is no car company that officially makes a hearse, but there are coach builders who specialize in constructing hearses. Hearses are handmade, crafted, taking the body of existing vehicle, removing the gas tank, brake lines, cutting it in half, extending the length, and then adding back the lines to build the features needed to carry the dead in the final resting ground. These features include rollers and beer pins, buyer pins. Yep. In the back to secure the coffin for transport. There are two main styles. There's opaque rear that is common in America, and the rear windows that is more commonly known in the UK. So you can visualize the open air concept in the back. Cadillac and Lincoln are among the most popular hearse donors vehicles in North America. The Cadillac commercial chassis was the most popular type to be sent to coach builders, but was discontinued in 2019. S&S Coach Company now builds hearse based off the newer Cadillac models. That right there was at SEMA, that vehicle right there. And I think it won an award. It's dead to me now. What about the self-driving hearses, Don? One self-driving hearse.
Why am I in this? Because I'm closer to it?
Yeah, pretty much. One self-driving hearses that have holographic projectors. You read that right. Imagination, a Montreal-based nonprofit came up with a design for a self-driving hearse. Your final ride could be chauffeured by a ghost with you in a glass coffin with a holograph projection of you to play along with music. What else could the future hold? And there we have it. So, yay. Back to you in the studio.
Great. Thank you so very much.
All right.
The In-Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on your favorite podcast channel. The In-Wheel Time Car Show continues right after a very quick break.
We all know about aftermarket and online parts stores, and each one has something to offer, but they don't offer original factory parts. That's where Bayway comes in. For original factory parts, visit the Bayway stores first. Give them a call or stop by. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln carry a complete line of parts for the do-it-yourselfer. Keeping your newer classic original means a lot, and you can count on these fully stocked parts departments to help keep it that way. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln, keeping it original. Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier monthly cruise-in, will return Saturday, December 18th to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy. Tailpipes and Tacos wants to thank all of the participants and fans who have enjoyed the collector cars, hot rods, customs, originals, and resto mods, and everything in between. We'll be taking a break for Thanksgiving and Autorama, but we'll be back for a great Christmas cruise-in on December 18th, so make plans now. You know that Tailpipes and Tacos is the Houston area's coolest cruise-in, a place you'll see friends, family, and the finest cruise-in cars in the Houston area. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for a very special Christmas cruise-in, Loopy style. It's Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, December 18th. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Let's celebrate the Christmas season together at the next Tailpipes and Tacos on December 18th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield has moved to a more convenient location. Now you can visit John Gray and his staff of dedicated professionals at their new shop on the South Sam Houston Parkway between Belford and Airport in Southwest Houston. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is the best at paint correction and ceramic coatings. Clear bras and custom wraps are specialties that only Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs with award-winning accuracy, and all their services come with a warranty. Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Porsche, and Ferrari owners depend on Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their specialty services, and you should too. The In-Wheel Time Corvette and Cutlass have both been massaged by Gulf Coast Auto Shield, so isn't it time your vehicle visit their new shop in Southwest Houston? Call John Gray today at 832-930-5655 or visit online at gcautoshield.com. That's gcautoshield.com. Paint, coatings, wraps, and more at gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.